Okay, today we'll start with another chapter, complex integration. This is the actually first part. In this part, we will discuss Cauchy's integral theorem. We'll try to prove this theorem for an analytic function of complex function and prove and we'll discuss some examples related with Cauchy's integrals theorem. Okay, before discussing this theorem, we have to understand some important definition related to theorems. In this important definitions, we have to find out, try to understand the simply connected region and multiple connected region. Actually, region means you must know about the area of a domain. Okay, a simply connected region. What is actually simply connected region? A connected region is said to be a simply connected if all the interior points of a closed curve C drawn in the region D are the points of the region D. That means a connected region is said to be simply connected. Suppose this is the whole domain D. Okay, there is a curve C and it is connected. That means starting point and the end points are connected. That means this is called also closed curve. Okay, and this is the first curve C1 and another curve C2. Okay, their ending points and starting points are closed. Okay, this is why C1 is also called closed curve and C2 also closed curve, and this is also connected region. This is the this whole region is connected with the curve. Okay, so a connected region is said to be simply connected if all the interior points of the closed curve C drawn in the region D are the points of the region D. That means all points connecting the endpoints and starting points all will be lie in the same region D. Okay. Now, what will be the multiple connected region? The multiple connected region is bounded by more than one curve. Okay, more than one curve C1 and C2. This is the simply connected, and this is the multiple connected C1. Okay, we have divided. There are four parts. Okay, four part and C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, etc. are produced. So we have to connect it 5 curves at a time. This is why it is called actually multiple connected region. Multiple connected region is bounded by more than one curve. Remember it, more than one curve. We can convert a multiple connected region into simply connected one by giving it one or more cuts. That actually we have cut here four part, then it becomes a multiple connected region. Okay. We have to note that a function f of z is said to be meromorphic in a region R if it is analytic in the region R except at a finite number of poles. Okay, poles means you must know the zeros of an analytic function where it is not analytic. So this is the example of multi connected region. There are two curves. Okay, and simply connected region. This is the and simply connected region also, because we have divided it into 4 parts of this. Now, single valued and multiple valued function. Actually, you must know about from the differential calculus. We must know if a function has only one value for a given value of z, then it is single valued function. For example, f of z equals to z square. This is the complex function of complex variable. And if a function has more than one values, then it is known as multi-valued function. For example, f of z equals to z to the power minus z to the power only half. Actually, this is the so limit of a function, we discussed it in our previous class. A function f of z is said to have a limit L at a point z equals to z naught if for a given an arbitrary chosen positive number, however small epsilon, there exists a positive number, however small del. which will be, of course, positive, such that the function, the difference between functional value and the limit will be less than epsilon, where the difference between 2 points z minus z naught, this is the center or pole, say less than del. So it may be written as also limit z tends to z naught if z equals to L. So the functional value at z tends to z naught will be L. And this is the actually definition of limits we have discussed in our previous class. And continuity also. We have discussed. A function f of z is said to be continuous at a point z equals to z naught for a given an arbitrary positive epsilon, however a small positive epsilon, and there exists a positive number del, however small, of course positive, such that this limit exists. That means functional difference will be less than epsilon, and the value difference will be at that point, at that function, less than del. So in other words, the function f of z is continuous at a point z equals to z naught if limit exists. Okay, if f z naught exists and limit will be exit at z equals to 0. So this is the actually definition of continuous and limits. Now another definition, important definition, what is be the multiple point. If an equation is said to be more than one value of the variable in the given range, then the point is called multiple point of the arc. Now what will be the Jordan arc? A continuous arc without multiple point is called a Jordan arc. A continuous arc, which will be continuous, the arc will be continuous, first point to end points without multiple points is called Jordan arc. Regular arc, what will be? If the derivatives of the given function are also continuous in the given range, then the arc is called regular arc. That means in every point it will be continuous and derivatives will be exist. Now what will be the contour? Very important definition for you, because this contour integration we have to solve. Now what will be the contour actually? A contour is a Jordan curve consisting of continuous chain of finite number of regular arcs. That means this will be joined with finite number of arcs. That means we can divide a whole arc into finite number of parts, and if we join all the arcs, okay, of course finite number of arcs, and this will be the Jordan curve exists consisting of Jordan curve, and it will be contour. The contour is said to be closed if the starting point A of the arc coincides with the endpoints of B at the last arc. Okay, and this will be the contour is said to be closed. Now zeros of an analytic function. What will be the zeros? The value of z for which the analytic function f of z becomes 0 is said to be the zeros of f of z. For example, zeros of this will be, actually if we z square minus thrice z plus 2, if we take the zeros of this, that means this equals to 0, then solving we get z equals to 1 and z equals to 2. That means if we put z equals to 1 here and z equals to 2 here, this will become 0. Okay, this is why z equals to 1 and z equals to 2 are the zeros of this complex function. And also zeros of cos z will be this one. For every number and for n equals to 1, 2, 3, etc., we get this whole value will be 0 for cos z. This is why this is the zeros of an analytic function. Now, very important theorem, Cauchy's integral theorem. Cauchy's integral theorem. Another French mathematician, Edward Jean-Baptiste Gourcet, okay, 1858 to 1936, he released the second precondition continuity of derivatives of complex function of the Cauchy's integral theorem, which is called Cauchy's integral theorem, to make the following theorem. Actually, this is also called Cauchy's Gourcet theorem. Remember it, Cauchy's Gourcet theorem. So this theorem states if a complex function f of z is analytic means holomorphic, same words, in a simply connected domain, then for every simple contour Contour means what? Closed curve. Okay, closed path. In C, in D. That means all will be exist in D. Then the contour integration. This C means what? Contour integration of f of z dz will be 0. That means whole the integration will be become 0. Actually, this theorem will try to prove Cauchy's integral. If the function f of z is analytic and its derivative f dash z continuous at all points inside on a simple closed curve C, then this will be 0. We'll try to prove this theorem. Let the region enclosed by the curve C be R. Okay, and let the complex function will be u plus ib. Okay, f of z equals to what will be? U plus ib, and z can be written as x plus iy, complex number. Okay, then the z will be what will be for complex variable dx plus idy. Now contour integration of f of z dz will be what will be? Just putting f of z equals to what? U plus ib, and dz equals to what will be? Dx plus idy. Then u into just multiplying. Okay, this 2 multiplying will get 4. Okay, u multiply this plus ib multiply this I square, this y b dy. Okay, then again making real part and imaginary part. Okay, so by using Green's theorem from vector analysis, you must know this Green's theorem, very important in vector analysis. You must know from vector analysis in 3rd semester. So using this Green's theorem, u dx minus b dy, what will be? Minus del b del by del x minus del u del y, by using Green's theorem, plus b dx plus u dy, what will be? Same del u del x minus del b del y. This equals to 0. Now replacing minus del b del x by del u del y and del b del x by del u del x. This will be what? Actually, CR conditions, Cauchy Riemann conditions. Using Cauchy Riemann's condition, we get f of z dz equals to contour integration of f of z will be just this value becomes 0, and this also becomes 0, and this will be wholly actually 0. So Green function states the relation between line integrals and surface integrals. Okay, so for u and b, the 2 individual complex functions of f of z can be represented as u plus ib. Okay, so for this complex function, the closed integral of the actually line integral, it will be, so line integral for this line integral, u dx plus b dy. Okay, u dx plus b dy equals to surface integral over the region R, bracket del b del x. Okay, partial differentiation of b with respect to x minus partial differentiation of u with respect to b with respect to y will be and dx into dy. This is actually double integration. Okay, so and it will be also called what? Surface integral. So this is the actually relation between line integral and surface integral, and this is the called actually Green's theorem. And you must know u and b, of course, what will be? Continuous. Okay, and differentiable function in everywhere. That means it is analytic function. The complex function will be analytic function. So remember this theorem. This will be the actually Green's theorem. Now the corollaries for the Cauchy-Goursat theorem. First corollary: if the complex integrand function f of z is analytic in simply connected domain D, and then its line integral is independent of path, that means the line integral of the whole curve will be the equal to the line integral of the first curve C1. Okay, that means this will be equal. So more precisely, for 2 paths C and C1 in D, we have the individually equal. Okay, which can be proved referring we can prove this Cauchy's theorem. By Cauchy's theorem we can prove. Another one for two closed curve. Now consider two closed curve C and C1 surrounding the whole. Actually there is a this is the first curve C and this is the second curve C1. Okay, and this is the simply closed. Okay, first curve starting from Z0 and second curve also starting from Z0 and ending at Z1, and this is why it is closed. Okay, in a doubly connected region D, this is why there are two curve. This is why we can say as it doubly connected. This is also doubly connected. This is actually complex conjugate. You know, this is the C1 and this is the C1 is the complex conjugate. So direction will be opposite because this is the complex conjugate. So with a line or cut L of the connecting any 2 points, each on C and C1 respectively, the dotted domain enclosed by the set of curves C1 minus C01 and the complex conjugate of C1 minus C10. Okay, as this is the actually 0, 1 and 1, 0 will be opposite. It's simply connected. So the Cauchy's theorem gives. This is the actually first for the first diagram, and this is the second diagram for the Z plane, and this is starting from Z0 and this is starting from C starting from Z0 and C1 complex conjugate of C1 first curve C1 starting from Z1. Remember it. This equals to this and this equals to this. There's a path integration for the path independency. Again for first for a hole, this is actually hole and there is also hole. So contours integration in a doubly connected. This is the double connected because C and C1 are individual. Okay, but they are only connected. Okay, so this will be doubly connected in domain D, and so the diagram will be like this, and this is not independence. So contours integration in a multiple connected region, multiple connected domain D. Suppose this is the whole C first curve in the same domain D, another two curves C2, C1 and C2. Actually there are three curves. So this is why it is called wholly multiply connected in the same domain D. And this is the also part B for the whole one, for whole two, and this is starting this is the starting from here, and this is the first curve C, and this is the C2 curve, and C1 is the complex conjugate. So direction are not same, direction not same. Okay, for the complex conjugate. So this is the actually corollary for the same theorem, this Cauchy's integral theorem or Cauchy-Grosset theorem, and this is the actually proof for this theorem. Okay, first example, find the integral of the contour integrals 3z square plus 7z plus 1 divided by z plus 1 dz, where C is the circle, absolute value of z equals to half, radius actually half. So poles of the integrand are given by putting denominator equals to 0. Pole will be what? If denominator will be 0, then it will become undefined. This function will become what? Undefined. That means infinity. Okay, so at which point this will be not analytic? Z plus, if z plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so taking z plus 1 equals to 0, and we get z equals to minus 1. So if z equals to minus 1, this will become undefined. So z equals to minus 1 is the pole or zeros, okay, of this rational function. Now the given circle, the absolute value z equals to half with center what? 0, 0. Z equals center will be 0, 0 and radius half, does not enclose any singularity of the given function. So if we draw the curve, this is the actually real axis, and this is the imaginary axis. Okay, so taking half radius, we can draw a circle. Okay, we can draw this circle, and center will be what? 0, 0 according to the given condition. Circle z half equals to what? Half. Absolute value of z equals to, you must know, square root x square plus y square. Okay. Modulus equals to what? Square root x square plus y square. Absolute value of z equals to this, y x square plus y square equals to what? Half whole square. Okay. So this is the equation of circle. And this equation of circle will become what? Origin will be 0, 0 and radius will be half. Understand? Understand? So the center at z equals to 0 and radius will be half does not enclose any singularity of the given point, because at z equals to -1 it does not, it has a singularity, but enclosed by this circle there is no singularity. So according by the integral Cauchy's integral theorem, the contour integration of this equals to what will be? 0. And this is the actually result for that. হলে আমরা কি লিখতে পারি? Circle, absolute value of z equals to half is given. Okay, so absolute value of z equals to half given. This is why this can be written as, this is the actually modulus equals to square root over x square plus y square, and this can be written as x square plus y square equals to half whole square. Since x square plus y, the coefficient of x square and y square are same, this is why it is the equation of circle with center what? 0, 0. Center will be 0, 0 and radius is actually half. Now another example, find the value of contour integrals z plus 4 divided by z square plus twice z plus 5 with respect to complex function z if C is the circle, z plus 1 equals to, absolute value of z plus 1 equals to 1. Here the pool of integrand are given by putting denominator equals to what will be? 0. That means z square plus twice z plus 5 equals to 0. Then solving for z equals to -2 plus minus square root over 4 minus 20 divided by 2. Actually we can solve, this is the quadratic form in z. Okay, we can compare with this equation with x square plus bx plus c equals to 0. For this quadratic equation you must know x equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by twice a. Just using this quadratic equation for values of x, we can use z equals to this, and we get the two complex number -1 plus minus twice y, one for positive and other for negative. So the again the given circle z plus 1, absolute value of z plus 1 equals to 1. Now center what will be? -1. Z equals to what? -1. -1 is the center, and radius will be what? Radius does not enclose by any singularity of the given function this, because these two complex number are not connected between the region of circle C. Now center will be -1, 0 of this circle z plus absolute value z, center will be what? -1, 0 and radius will be 1. Just drawing this, and this is the imaginary axis, this is the real axis. Okay, so this circle does not enclose by any singularity, because these points are outside of this region. So according to the Cauchy's integral theorem, we can write equals to 0. And this is the given circle. We can write this z equals to what? Actually x square x plus I y plus 1, absolute value of this equals to 1. Okay, so it can be written as just real part will be x plus 1 and imaginary part will be this equals to 1. So this can be written as actually how? Square root over absolute value of this what will be? X plus 1 whole square plus y square equals to 1. Okay, so easily you can write x plus 1 whole square, x plus 1 whole square plus y square equals to 1 whole square. That means this center, what will be? Center minus 1, 0, and radius, what will be? Radius equals to 1. And we can draw this circle. Okay, just taking this is the center minus 1, and ordinate of center will be 0, and 0 it's actually touch the origin of the axis, and this is the actually required circle for
Sir,
x minus a whole square plus y minus k whole square equals to r square. This is the standard form of circle whose center is HK. Center HK. Okay, here center HK and radius equals to r. Remember this. This is the standard form of circle and whose center is HK and radius. Comparing with this equation, this is the actually our given circle in the problem. So x plus 1 whole square plus y square equals to 1. Comparing with this standard form of circles, h equals to what? Actually 1. Okay. So comparing with this, we can write minus 1. H equals to what? Minus 1. And k equals to what? Actually 0. And radius will be what? R equals to, comparing with this, only 1. Actually, this is the standard form of circle, and we get the required circle. Center is this, and radius will be this, and this is the actually graph for the given circle of the. So the graphical depiction of this circle z plus 1, absolute value of z plus 1 equals to 1 will be this, and the after solving z square plus 2iz plus 5 equals to 0, we get these two complex number minus 1 plus 2i and minus 1 minus 2i. So after at these 2 points, these are not analytic. That means poles of this function will be these two. So we can plot these two complex number. Minus 1 plus 2i will be this, and minus 1 minus 2i will be this. Okay, x value what? Minus 1, and y value what? Minus 2. Y value will be minus 2. Okay, and this is the fourth quadrant. So according to the Cauchy's integral theorem, we can write because these two poles will be outside the circle, outside the given circle. So we can easily apply the Cauchy's integral theorem. And according to the Cauchy's integral theorem, contour integration of f of z, given f of z, will be 0. Now another example for you. Evaluate the contour integration of e to the power minus z divided by z plus 1 will be where c is the circle z, absolute value of z equals to half. You must know after simplifying, we get the center will be 0, 0, and radius will be what? Half. Radius will be half, and we can easily plot this in a graph. So the pole will be what? Z plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, z plus 1 for finding poles, z plus 1 equals to 0. So z equals to minus 1 is the pole, and z equals to minus 1 lies outside this circle. Okay, z equals to minus 1. This is the actual pole. This minus 1. Okay, so this is the outside the circle. So we can easily apply the Cauchy's integral theorem. This will be what? 0. Similarly, example 17. This is very important for you because this is the harder one. Now evaluate this contour integration of this dz will be where c is the square of the vertices. There are 4 vertices of a square given. 1 plus I, 2 plus I, 2 plus 2i, and 1 plus 2i. Just plotting in the graph, we can, you must know x plus iy can be written as in the Cartesian coordinate x comma y. Okay, x plus iy can be plotted as x comma y. So 1 plus I can be plotted as 1 comma 1. Okay, 1 comma 1, and 2 plus I can be written can be plotted as x equals to 2 and y equals to what? 1. In the third point, x equals to 2, y equals to 2. This will be, and in the fourth point will be x equals to 1, and along the y axis or imaginary axis value will be 2. So this is the fourth point. So after joining, we get the vertices of the square. Okay. Now pools will be what? Actually, pools will be given by these two terms, z plus 2 whole cube and z square plus 4. So pools are given by z equals to minus 2. This will be undefined. And for z equals to plus minus 2 I say z square plus 4 equals to 0. Taking z square plus 4 equals to 0, z square equals to minus 4, and z equals to what will be? Plus minus twice I. So we get there are three poles. One is minus 2 and other is plus 2i and minus 2i. Since we obtain the poles do not lie inside the contour C, that means these three poles are outside. So minus 2 what will be? Actually, this is the actually minus 2 and plus 2i will be this. Okay, and minus 2i will be what? This y value minus 2, and here y value only 2, and only minus 2 will be this. X equals to 1. X equals to. So these three poles are outside the square. So we can easily say that applying Cauchy's integral theorem, this integrand will be 0. Given function. This is the given function f of z equals to 2iz square plus 5 divided by z plus 2 whole square into z square plus 4. Now to find out the pools for this, z plus 2 whole square equals to what will be? Z plus 2 whole square equals to, for finding first pool, z plus 2 whole square equals to 0. Then z equals to what will be? Minus 2. That means this can be written as minus 2 plus 0 into I. Okay. This is a complex number. Z equals to what will be? Z equals to what will be? Minus 2 equals to, minus 2 can be written as minus 2 plus 0 into I. Okay. This is the 0. Again, second pole, what will be? Z square plus 4 equals to 0. Taking this 0, z square equals to what will be? Minus 4. And this minus 4 can be written as equals to what? 4i square, right? I square equals to what? I square equals to what will be? Minus 1. Okay. So z equals to what will be? Z equals to plus minus twice I. Z equals to plus minus twice I. That means poles are minus 2 and plus twice I, and another is what? Minus twice I. These three can be written as a complex number, because this means what? Actually minus 2 plus 0 into I, and this will be 0 plus twice I, and this is 0 minus twice I. So we can plot this 3 in the graph. Okay. So minus 2 equals to what? This is the 0 0 0 0, and x equals to minus 2. Minus 2 what will be? Suppose 1 2. This is the actually minus 2, and here y x equals to 0 and y equals to what will be? 1 2. This is the twice I. Okay, this is the twice I, and this will be the minus twice I. So these three complex numbers, which is the pools of the complex function, will be outside the square. This is the A, B, C, D, outside the square. This is why we can easily apply the Cauchy's integral theorem, and for this we can find out the f of z will be, what will be? Dz equals to 0. We can write. That means this f of z, and this is the given function, because this whole given circle with the using the vertices of the four vertices, and this is all vertices also given for us. So these three poles are outside this square. This is why using Cauchy's integral theorem, contour integration of f of z of this will be 0 by applying Cauchy's integral theorem. Now another example, contour integral using PFE, there may partial fraction expansion. Suppose we have to find out the contour integral of the complex function f of z equals to this. This is the actually rational fraction whose denominator is bigger than numerator. So we can express it as a partial fraction. Okay, just using partial fraction, we can write this equals to z minus 1 divided by z plus 1 whole square minus 2 divided by z square plus 1. This also can be written as 1 divided by z plus 1 minus 2 divided by z plus 1 whole square plus z divided by z minus z and minus z divided by z plus 1. So along the clock counterclockwise oriented circle C of radius r equals to 2 centered at z equals to z not equals to what? 0. We can plot this one. Actually, there are this whole circle are divided into 3 parts: one C1, C2, C3. Okay, there are total curve what? 4 curve, 4 parts. First part, second part, third part, fourth part. Okay, this is why 4 part. Now nothing that complex integrand f of z is not analytic at its poles z equals to minus 1 plus z and minus z, each of which is enclosed by the circular contour C1, C2, C3. Actually, this is the z point, this is the minus z point, and this is the minus 1 point. Okay, so this is the enclosed by by these 3 poles. That means inside the circles. Remember it. We are talking about the opposite of our previous examples. That means this exists in the inside the circle. So each of which is enclosed by the circular contours C1, C2, and C3 in this figure. So to write the contours as contour integration will be first contour integration of C1 will be this, second one, third one. So we get actually this equals to twice pi z. So this is the actually opposite of the previous examples. Okay. Now extension of Cauchy's theorem to multiply connected. Suppose this is the whole first curve C1 and C2 are connected, simply connected. And if we can divide it into 3 parts, C1, C2, C3, C4, multiply connected. We can apply the same theorem to the multiply connected region. So in that case, theorem will be connected region AB, integration of connected region AB will be opposite, equal to the minus BA, and this will be negative. Okay, this is the statement of the theorem. That means contour integration of C1 equals to contour integration of C2. If C1 and C2 are two simply closed curve in the same region R, then these are independent. We have discussed in first time of this lecture. So this is actually independent path.